and returning to Sims Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be reviewing Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter by Heather Fawcett. This was the virtual book club pick for my virtual book club. It was Sims Workshop, and oh my god, it was so cute. This is definitely a book that I probably could have read in one sitting, and I had to fight myself not to. It's just so very cozy. You know, this very much is a cozy fantasy that has so much going on in it. And it's just, I mean, it's cozy. That's literally the best description for this book. It is cozy. It's a cozy book. It's a cozy fantasy. This is a book, if you need like a palate cleanser, coming off of sci-fi or something epic or mystery, I think this book is really going to be a good palate cleanser because it's very simple, but it's very heartwarming. And I mean simple as in, like I said, it's a cozy, you know, kind of slice of life fantasy, but there's still a lot of depth to it. You know, you have Agnes, and, you know, it takes place in Montreal, and there are wizards, and she kind of doesn't like wizards because two wizards got into a fight outside of her previous cat shelter and, of course, destroyed all the buildings on the block without any remorse. And her mentality is, it's like, well, if you have magic, why can't you use it for good? You know, why do you have to use it for destruction and fighting and power, you know? So she kind of has a little bit of a distrust of wizards and mages in general, right? So she needs a new cat shelter, and she finds this one building that can't seem to keep a tenant. And, you know, she has a cat shelter. She has all these cats that she has to relocate. I mean, it's a cat shelter because she's trying to lower the population of feral and stray cats in the city of Montreal, which is like, oh, like I relate to that. I can relate to that wholeheartedly. Feel that. So she has to find a place, right? And not many people want to rent to a non-profit organization because it's like, well, how are you going to pay the rent? You know, she lives off of donations, you know, to keep the place, you know, running. And of course, she does collect a small fee, right? For, you know, finding the cats' homes, right? Okay. So she gets this one building. Can't keep a tenant. Probably cursed. And she's like, let me just, hands are tied. I need to do this. And her sister, I love this. Pause real quick. I love the dynamic between her and her sister. You know, lots of times in fantasy, you kind of see like the trope of small antagonisms between the sisters, which, let's face it, it's realistic for siblings to harbor some sort of animosity, whether it be jealousy or, you know, feeling inferior. It's not fake, right? It's not false news to kind of see that, right? But the sisters, they're such a team in this book. You know, her sister helps her out, and her sister is married to the, he's in politics, and he's like a rising star in politics, right? And there's no resentment. In fact, her younger sister acts like the older sister and looks out for her a lot. And, you know, Agnes, she is a widow. She did lose her husband. And they're there for each other. There's no feeling insecure or feeling inferior or any animosity between the sisters. They're just together. You know, they are a team. And I love their dynamic throughout the entire book, because her sister's not just there for like our scene or two. Her sister is a consistent side character throughout the entire narrative. And I love that because you're really getting to see that sisterly dynamic between the two of them. Especially when Agnes gets arrested and she's like, you know what, we should just have him curse that police officer. She's like, I totally thought he was flirting with you. How could I have been so wrong? Because she really wants Agnes to, like, find happiness again. And I just think it's so, honestly, so good. Their sister dynamic. But back to the main point. You know, she gets the building and it's Havelock. It's Havelock's her landlord. Havelock is the wizard, mage, whatever you want to call him, who almost destroyed the entire world. So everyone thinks he's like, oh my god, this huge bad guy, and he's really not. He was a stupid kid who did a stupid thing and has been trying to just kind of like undo it in small doses. The problem is he's very much an introvert, and his sister is very much power hungry and is constantly like kind of chasing him down and kind of hunting him, and she's like, I want all the power, and he's like, I don't have it. It's like, I don't have it. Like this magical book of power. He's like pure chaos, which I totally relate to. And she's just super organized. She has her notepad. She has everything written down in checklist. So their dichotomy is just so cute, because when she finally finds out and she's like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to help you find the magical item so you can just give it to your sister and then we can just be done with it. He's like, but how do you know it's here? She's like, well, how can you know anything's here in all this mess? So she starts going through all of his stuff. And you get to see them bond. And he thinks he's very much not a cat person. He's a cat dad. He's officially a cat dad. But the plot twist at the end, I'm like, that's why he hates cats so much. Okay, makes sense. It's super cute. It's so absolutely cute. And I absolutely love it, honestly. I love their dynamic. I love their character growth. I love how they slowly fall in love with each other. And how even her sister, she's like, oh, goodness. He's not a cat he can save. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, oh, my goodness, you're falling in love with him. This is great. This is awesome. Again, that sister dynamic is great throughout the entire novel. Her dynamic with Havelock is so great, and how she likes to just kind of poke at his buttons, even though he's supposed to be a scary wizard. And he's like, you know what? He's really just an introvert. He's not scary at all. Which I say about myself like all the time. I'm like, I'm not as scary as I look. My best friend was terrified of me before she met me. She would like avoid me, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I have just really bad rusting bitch face. I'm really not as scary as I look. I'm really not. So I totally related to Havelock being an introvert. He's like, no, I don't want to be part of the community. She's like, too bad, you're part of the community. He's like, no, I don't want to be a cat dad. Too bad. Cats have adopted you. Their whole dynamic is fun, it's fresh, but it's very it's simple. You know, it doesn't really have a whole lot of flourishes, so you can really lose yourself in it, and you can really ground yourself in the narrative, because it has a sense of realism to it without losing that fantasy feel, without losing that cozy feel to it. And it was just, honestly, you could pick up this book and read it in a day. You really, really could. It's a fast read. It's quick. It's cozy. It has a lot of humor to it. It has a lot of emotional depth to it. I love the characters. I think the dynamic between all the characters is so well done. I want more from it. That's my only complaint. That I would like a series of this, but I don't think I'm going to get a series, which is okay, because sometimes one and dones are the best thing. You know, standalones can sometimes be the greatest thing. Not everything has to be a series, you know. But if you're looking for something that is a one and done and a cozy and kind of fresh, and just kind of like a slice of life with some wizards and mages and cats, His Majesty the Tyrant is an adorable cat. Stand by that statement. He's also kind of a traitor, but it's okay. We forgive it. Just go ahead and pick up this book. It was, honestly, I loved it more than the Encyclopedia of Fairies. I really did. Which I still have to finish that trilogy, but this one, top notch. Absolutely loved it. So, on that note, thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your book loving friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.